Hey everyone, this is my Gold Rush guide for the upcoming competition happening on August 22nd, 2023. Gold normally sells for 4,880 cash each, which is already incredible, and this Gold Rush could be done for other competitions as well. But for this next competition, gold will be cash boosted to 6,200 each, making it the best item to sell for quick cash. This footage will be sped up, but you can always pause the video if you need to. We have the perfect biome and starting layout to immediately transition to this Gold Rush. The first things I do is sell a batch of copper ore that I started with, then sell the copper panning site, storehouse, and ponds for extra cash. I can then build 2 gold panning sites, a warehouse, a second builder house, a lumberjack, a worker house, and 2 wind turbines to begin collecting gold, ore, and energy. Gold panning sites require 1 water. Fortunately, we have a river on the west side, so we can place it on the road that has 1 passive water. Remember that panning sites do not like shade, dirty, or salty, as that would slow down their craft times. The energy is required to build the forge, which I build shortly after. Remember that the forge casts 2 shade and 2 dirty, so you don't want it too close to the panning sites. I do sell 1 batch of gold ore while I wait for this process. After the forge is built, I begin crafting gold. Each gold requires 3 gold ore and 1 wood. I then make sure to add gold to auto sell. That was the very start, and from that point on, the process is simply to use all the cash from the gold that was sold to expand the gold rush by building more lumberjacks, builders, panners, and forges as I see fit. I need to keep an eye on energy production because if I have more than 10 energy in the warehouse, I won't have enough space to have 10 gold to be able to sell it. I also want to add ore storages as close to the panning sites as possible, but remember that they cast 1 shade, so they should not be directly touching them. The warehouse should be right next to the ore storage for the most efficiency. For this meta, the trade timer for the trade depot was 4 minutes, so I could only sell at most 150 gold per hour with a single trade depot. This would quickly become an issue. I build more trade depot as I see fit in order to keep up with selling the gold fast enough. I burn through gas quickly this way, so I want to have gas production set up as quick as possible. I ended up setting up gas production on the top right next to the ocean. I made sure to build power plants first so I can have full passive energy for the gasoline production. Since no oil seep was provided this time, I needed to build oil pumps and gather crude oil, and making sure I was using enough of it to make petroleum for gasoline. In order to sell large quantities of gold fast enough, I build a freight pier which sells 100 items at a time, and eventually do end up building a second one to make sure they are always selling gold. After it was built, I got rid of my trade depots. I made sure to have 6 warehouses, that way I would have a max storage of 120 for gold and energy, but needed to make sure I always had less than 20 energy so I would have enough space to reach 100 gold to be able to sell it. I end up paving a few roads that have a lot of movement, but the production rates could be increased if more roads were paved. I do not build any logger houses or panner bunk houses in this gold rush as they are not necessary, but would in fact increase the efficiency of the gold production. It takes me some time to figure out a decent balance of wood and gold ore production, as well as enough forges to make gold with, to land on a good production rate of about 1,500 gold per hour. It took about an hour and a half to get to full passive gasoline production and about 4 hours to get to the final design. 1,500 gold per hour will produce over 9 million cash per hour in profit, so you would be able to run it for a few hours and get all the money you would need to work on a final design for the competition. That's everything for the guide. Leave a like or a comment if you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. You can find links in the description of the video if you wish to support me. And as always, I appreciate your support and thank you for watching.